Hi students, it's Ms.Boley here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some different examples of Indigenous artists in Canada. Let's get going. So here's our slideshow for week 1 with some different Indigenous artists and different ideas to think about. So our first painting that we're going to look at is this one. So I'd like you to look at it and look carefully. And I want you to think about what is going on in this picture. Once you have an idea of what you kind of think might be going on in this picture, think about why it is that you say that. So is there some clues in the art that are causing you to think certain things? And then you're going to think about what more can we find out. So that could mean looking even more closely at the artwork and finding out even more, maybe noticing some things that we hadn't noticed before. Or it could mean doing some research and finding out more online. So let's have a closer look and think what we think is going on in this picture. What do I think is going on in this picture? Well, first, I think I can see two figures. There's the one that's above on the top, and then there's the one that's below, sort of diagonally on the bottom. That's a really good one, and I kind of think that that top figure looks, maybe not human. It has a lot of different arms, and it has, I think, maybe 2 different heads, whereas the one that's at the bottom of the page is looking more human. Interesting. I'm not sure what's going on, but I am noticing some more things about the colors. I'm noticing that the artist has used just a few colors. So I just see yellow, blue, brown, and maybe some other variations on those colors. That's interesting. I'm also noticing in the background there's some paint dripping. And there's seems like a few little birds and animals that are around that human figure, as well as maybe a butterfly. So what do you think is going on in this picture? From all of those things that we've just noticed, can you put together sort of a story? And why have you put that story together? What are the things that are making you say that? And finally, once you've done those things, see if you can find out more. So maybe this means looking more closely and noticing additional things, or maybe you're going to do a little bit of research if you can. I'm going to give you a little bit more information about this artwork. This artwork is done by Norval Morrisseau, and he's often called the grandfather of Indigenous art in Canada because he inspired a lot of younger Indigenous artists to paint in a similar style to his. His style is known as the woodland style, or the woodland school of art. He was working in a time where Indigenous people were still being sent to residential schools, and he was actually sent to one of the schools himself. Morrisseau was really interested in the stories of Anishinaabe elders. So he was Anishinaabe himself, and he was interested in symbols that he saw painted on rocks around his community, such as the Thunderbird, which is pictured over here on the left. When he was in his teens, he got very sick, and his family held a healing ceremony for him. And during that ceremony, he was given an Anishinaabe name, which was Copper Thunderbird. Thunderbird is an important spiritual being in Anishinaabe culture. They often show up in stories and maybe in artwork. Thunderbirds have a protective relationship with Anishinaabe people in these stories. So Thunderbirds are important spiritually to Norval Morrisseau, and they show up quite often in his artwork. So here's this painting again. I'm going to tell you the title. So the title is Artist with Thunderbird Vision, and in brackets, The Visionary, 1977. So now that you know the title and you know more about the importance of Thunderbirds, have your ideas about this painting changed? Like I mentioned, Norval has a lot of other artwork featuring Thunderbirds. So can you find any other examples online? That's my challenge to you. Hope that those images gave you a little bit of an introduction to Norval Morrisseau's artwork and got you thinking about the different things that art can communicate with us. Next week, we're going to have some more other Indigenous artists, and we'll have similar question prompts to think about and talk about. See you later.